Welcome to the Whitetail Advantage podcast with your host, Brett Boven. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
What is going on, Brett?
I'll still try to change the video.
Oh yeah.
I've been busy. You know, I've been busy working on a side project of mine. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we're back at it. We're not going to stay on probably too long because, not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. I got a 5-year-old daughter who's, I'm just going to say this. She's
an angel,
smart ass like me, and my son is 2 years old, who's up my wife's ass, and he's a jackass like me. So it's just yesterday was nice. We came back downstairs and just hang around us downstairs, and it was nice because they were just kind of playing on like the learning tablets that we got them for Christmas. I was like, it's peaceful. Maybe it'll be peaceful again tomorrow. There's no yelling. There's no fighting with each other. No, what happens? That was yesterday. And today was pure, oh, Jackson did this. Oh, Presley did that. And it's just like, I had to put earplugs in because the high pitched volume of my son crying his eyes out, and he didn't take his nap. So that made it even worse. So I like I said, I put earplugs in my ears to lower the decibel noises in my own house because it was that exhausting.
You know, this is what happens to us, though, during the deer season when you call us complaining. It's like, oh, my God, here he is whining in that high-pitched voice again about not seeing deer or wanting to, how come the deer aren't coming out at noon? Oh, damn, Brett, I'm sorry.
Do something about it, Johnny. Dang.
I know. You have them around your place. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been over, and each time I do, I've seen deer out there. So,
I want to start feeding because when I went up in the UP, I showed you videos. I was able to have deer eat out of my palm of my hand, and I was able to pet one. Yeah. Oh man, that was so awesome, dude! A wild deer. I called her my girlfriend. She's her nickname I named her was Short Tail.
Nice.
And she was awesome. I loved her. I only saw her for a couple of days, but her and we had a special bond that it can't be broken now.
Yeah, that was like me and my first deer. Once I tasted that bat strap, I was like, nope, this is it. So
yeah, I want to start feeding deer out in my backyard or something just to get out there and see if I can do that again with the deer here and start petting the deer here. What's Dave want? He says, you might get to bail, so problem solved.
Here. We'll post it. You might get to bait, so problem solved. Yeah.
Oh,
Michigan lifted the bait ban.
I did see that. Well, they haven't lifted it officially yet. It's on. I did see that. Now, true that is, I was just only going off of Facebook when I saw that. I didn't get to do much research about it. I'm just going to go for what its face value is. That Fox 17 said that Michigan DNR is approved to look into actually allowing the lower peninsula of Michigan to bait. And what's his name? The director, Scott Bowen here of Michigan.
Yep.
It does seem like he is making some changes and they want to see things happen. And actually, it's kind of funny. Tonight is a call-in night. I'm only seeing one person on the line, so like watching it. So we might not, whatever, I don't know. I'm gonna try and find his name here because we were messaging.
Yeah, it looks like House Bill 4445. It's a bill that would legalize deer baiting during open hunting seasons in Lower Peninsula. So that would their thought is it would move aims to high control deer populations and reduce vehicle collisions. Now, that being said, right, they want us to kill more deer to help reduce vehicle collisions. And after what happened, I think it was at the Grammys, I don't know, but about being on, or you can't, no one's illegal on stolen land.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of farms around here that were stolen at one point that I'm just going to walk out to and hunt. I mean, if no one is illegal on stolen land, then damn it, I have bow and will travel.
Right.
So we're going to test that.
I like that. Josh from the Michigan Whitetail Project, he actually messaged me on Instagram last week directly as soon as we got off the show saying that wasn't a rumor. First, I want to clarify, I didn't say it was a rumor. Well, I did say it was a rumor, but usually rumors are based off of one or two things. One, someone made it up, or two, there was something credible, or there was something pitched, like something, it came from somewhere.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, and obviously you're probably playing the telephone game and things kind of get gone here and there and shit like that. And eventually people are like, oh, they passed it. When in reality, it's just like a very minute thing. And so we're talking about the earn a buck and win a buck tag possibly coming here in Michigan. Right now, obviously, because I didn't see this was a photo from the Deer Advisory Team official communication position statement that they're trying to get this to change. Now that's on the ballot to be looked at and reviewed. Now, although, and that's supposed to have a vote, I think it was in April coming up, to see if that's going to be pushed through to talk about it even more. And then they're also going to be, they've already voted to talk more in depth about the baiting here in the lower 48. So it's interesting. Let me ask you this before we start opening the phone line. What is your thought on the baiting?
I don't see a huge issue with it. I mean, to an extent. I don't want to see fucking Hillbilly Joe out there running around with like 400 pounds of corn, just dumping it all into one spot in the state game area. Because let's face it, that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it already does. But, I mean, a legit bait pile or something like that that's not too over the top, I'm down for that.
I think people, you should have the right to do it no matter what. I mean, they keep trying to say like, well, they bring the scientists coming on. They're like, oh, we need to stop the spread of the disease. It's only in the deer, it's CWD and this and that. I'm like, okay, I get that to an extent. But at the end of the day, remember that these are wild animals. They're going to be licking saliva and sharing saliva all on their own. So whether I put corn or apples out there ain't going to make a difference.
No.
And how come like, if you really want to take it, if you're that concerned, how about you take it this next one step further? You get apples from actually out in the wilderness somehow, and you put them in front of your tree, and that's the only way that you could bait. I don't know. I just think the reasoning behind that was stupid. What?
Oh, I say I have no problem with baiting at all. I mean, when it was legal, I would do it. When I can do it, I do. But I'm a huge fan of mineral for sure. I put out mineral all the time. Now, am I supposed to here in Michigan? I don't think so. But
no, you can't. As far as I know, you can't put out mineral either.
No.
And I think we need to be able to do that. I think that's something that should be done.
I mean, it's not, mineral serves a different purpose than just bait. I mean, I want the healthiest herd and population that I can have out here. And I mean, dude, I don't think it's been like, a month since we've been above freezing in temperature wise. I mean, it's putting a toll on these animals. And if I can throw some mineral out there for them, I'm going to do it.
Right. Yeah, I think.
What's the difference between a farmer putting a mineral block out for his cattle and the deer just graze on over and start licking on that versus me putting some salt blocks or something out in the state game area for all the forest creatures to enjoy?
Yeah. You're just doing it for every living creature out there.
That's right. Even if the homeless driver wants to go look on it with his margaritas, I'll let him. I don't care.
What is this? Who is this David Heath 5956.
He's been blowing up
I
our
don't know.
emails,
It
wanting to
seems
join
like
the
it.
team.
He wants to join the team?
Yeah.
Well, there's a toll you got to pay to join the team.
Yeah, and an age limit.
This David Heath person, he commented, "Did you listen the Deer IQ with the guy from Iowa that talks about how baiting destroys turkeys and habitat and was scientifically proven that's why they don't bait and Ohio has turned into shit show?"
Well,
Yeah, I gotta
Ohio
read
got
that
hit
again
really
because
bad this year with EHD too.
Ohio did, yes. I know, yeah, they get hit pretty bad. Hang on. So he's saying the guy from Deer IQ was on a podcast with the guy from Iowa saying baiting destroys turkeys in habitat and was scientifically proven that's why the deer bait, that's why they don't bait in Ohio.
You know, it would be nicer if he was on here to talk about it. Dave, you should call on.
You got the phone number, dipshit. So he's saying that baiting is bad.
Yeah, that baiting will disrupt the natural movements of turkey. So,
Oh, okay.
so like where I hunt, we have there's a lot of wild turkey out there.
Uh-huh.
Well, on state land, there's a lot of wild turkey, and I'm not talking about the whiskey either. But there's a lot out there, and then on my piece of private that I hunt, the turkey out there is ridiculous. But I mean, they've got cornfields and all sorts of places to eat there and water source. So that's just a nice little haven for them. But yeah, I can definitely see if you're putting a lot of feed down or bait to lure everything there, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. Yeah, you're going to disrupt their movement. But I think the turkey are smart enough to adapt to it.
Dave, just call my phone. You got 10 you got 10 minutes? I mean, jeez. He's saying he where'd my mouse clicker go? Where's the mouse? I can't see it. I can't find the cursor on my computer.
So the guy from the Whitetail Project was on there too. So it was another podcast, another hunting podcast where they're just talking about
Josh
baiting.
Arborist, I believe his name was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He I ain't getting a link, Dave. So yeah, okay. I don't know. Maybe there is more science to the reason you shouldn't bait than what I know. But as far as I know, at least what I knew, what my understanding was, I just thought it was they didn't want to bait because they thought it was going to create bigger problems. But it, in my opinion, made no difference because they're doing the same thing anyways with no bait. So they're constantly doing all these things anyway. So putting corn, apples, carrot, whatever ain't gonna make a difference. You're just it just helps. Some hunters like everyone knows how my style of hunting is. I'm a hybrid, simplistic, in my opinion, type of hunter. I like the new day and age technology when it comes to like cell cameras and my bow stuff. Don't get me wrong. But outside of that, no, I like it to be very bare bones type of shit.
You like it so bare bones that you don't even shoot the deer anymore.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, right.
See, yeah. I want to use every single advantage that I can get to bring the deer in. Like
I respect
if there's
that.
A milkshake that would bring all the deer to the yard, I would totally use that. I know, like, so when I went on my first out-of-state hunt last year, originally I was just going to go out and do it all on my own. But then I was like, why would I do that when I can hire a guide? And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm going to do my own hunts. I'm going to do all of that stuff. And that's great. I have no problem with that. If I had the time to go out there and back and forth and do everything, I would have done the same thing. But hiring a guide is going to maximize my chances of seeing elk, first of all, and then, just gaining all the knowledge that I could from that hunt.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm going to maximize my efforts to the max. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm going to do again this year. I'm going to do it all over again. But
Yeah, I would do that too.
yeah, I got a spot open if you want to join. We'll drive all the way out there.
I could be doing that. Before I forget, let's open up a phone line. So if anybody out there is actually wanting to call in, there's the phone number. Call into the show and speak whatever you want to talk about.
Where's the number?
We try
there it is right there. It's on the bottom of the screen.
Oh, way to go. It's right there.
Oh, I can see it now.
Yeah. At least once a month, we try to at least carve out a call-in night, a trivia night, one of the two. So tonight's going to be calling.
So, okay. We were talking
about... What is
the
Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't even know. Seattle and
Patriots.
Yeah. Whatever. All right. So we were talking earlier about how rumors spread, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how the rumor of the whole $1 and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, this day and age with the internet and all the social media, it's insane how fast rumors can spread, right?
Mm-hmm.
But have you, in your own opinion, can you remember any rumors that started that were so well traveled without the internet? Like saying that, what comes to mind?
Like a recent one? Like just like any type of rumor.
Before the internet was a huge thing, before social media and everything, there was one rumor that I can think of that spread around like fucking wildfire. This would be back in like 2000.
I'm assuming you're probably talking about like, oh, so-and-so's dating or she's got like STDs type of shit.
To do even better, right? So this rumor, I remember, I mean, it spread from California to New York, from Canada to Mexico. And it spread like wildfire. And I have no idea how it traveled so well. Because I remember hearing it as a kid, when I was younger. I was in high school. But it was that Marilyn Manson had one of his ribs removed. Do you remember that? There's a rumor that Marilyn Manson had one of his ribs removed so he could pleasure himself.
I heard that, but I didn't think that was a rumor. I just thought that was something that actually really happened.
That was just a rumor, right? But to think about how it traveled so well without the internet, like it was unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Like every high schooler and probably middle schooler knew that back in early 2000s.
That's why Dave did it.
Dave was actually about 72 when he spread that rumor. Now, we joke around a lot about Dave being old, but it's really because he is.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure when Michigan was, adopted into the United States, I think Dave was right around 62. So.
Yeah, I could see that.
Talking about that rumor. Yeah. Dave, he got it from me. I think what he's trying to say is Marilyn Manson got the idea from Dave. So does that mean
owes me $2?
But all right.
Oh my gosh.
So
I really got nothing else really planned outside of that, brother. I had stuff planned, but I just was exhausted and I can't find the notes I made for tonight.
So what's your thoughts on small game hunting? You want to go do some squirrel hunting sometime?
That would be kind of fun, yeah. I always thought it'd be kind of cool to do that because I saw like, what was it? That Buckmasters tournament that they did. I think it was in Alabama, and you'd see like Bone Collector come there, and they made it into this fun, like, cool tournament type deal, and they had like these airsoft type, like BB gun type things. I can't remember what they were called. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to get out there in middle of like March and something, and it's kind of cold but warm. You're outside doing stuff, and to be able to do it, I thought that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we should go squirrel hunting sometime. I mean, they're all over where I'm at, and I was trying to make a comment here, but yeah. So I was talking to Dave earlier, okay, and we all made fun of Dave for what he was using. So he posted Johnny's going to buy a PSE. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy one yet, but I am going to go shoot one tomorrow. That
Ooh.
I don't know what it is. That new PSE Sicario, their carbon bow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check it out and shoot one tomorrow while I'm getting new tires put on.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know you were looking into a new bow.
I don't fucking need one. I bought a
wanna
brand
shoot
new
with it?
one last year. I bought a brand new one before that. Both of them the same. Elite. The Elite era.
Yeah.
2 amazing carbon bows. But fuck me. I want to shoot another PSE. Well, I want to shoot my first PSE bow. And I hope I don't walk out with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fuck $2,000 bow.
What was it, man? It was. I was a kid. It was my very first bow that I practiced with, and it was a PSE. And yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember what it was actually called. I just remember it was a PSE. My dad wanted to get me that because it was the best kid or designed bow for kids to practice with.
Yeah.
So that's why he bought me that PSE bow. And I don't know what other ones were out there on the market at the time. Obviously, PSE was huge back then, and compared to now, you got all these different competitors. And you see these new archery companies out there trying to start up. I think Darton was one of them or something like that.
I want to say that's a local bow brand from here.
I thought so too. I don't know how they're doing. I don't know much about it, but you see these bow companies out there trying to start up and compete. But in my opinion, first off, I applaud you for chasing your dream and doing great for you. If you really believe in your product or what you want to create, go right for it. But I also see the other side of the coin. You have Matthews out there. You have Hoyt. You have PSE, and you have Bear. You have 4 top brands out there. How can you compete against those 4?
Well, first of all, let's go back to Matthews, which is, back in the day, Matthews was amazing. Now they are just overpriced and underperformed. They are too proprietary. You have a fucking like $300 stabilizer. Like, that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it is insane.
So that's for me. And then you go to Hoyt, which is, I want to say their RX10 is like the number one most expensive bare bone bow at like starting out at like $3,000.
Yeah, they are like the most expensive flagship bare bones type of bow right off the get.
And their technology hasn't advanced in like 5 years. They're using the same cams and everything. Yeah,
Matthews is more experienced with that type of technology than they are, but yet they're still repricing everything else.
But with Matthews, what I didn't like is it was not as adjustable. So Bear is really good. Like I had the Bear lights out when I first started archery hunting. I love that bow. But now I shoot Elite. That's all I've shot for the last probably 5 years. And I absolutely love my Elites. They're not stupid over the top expensive, but yet they're priced accordingly. I mean, they're marketed as the most forgiving bow out there, and it's true. I mean, if you're not 100% perfect, you can still make that decent shot. And with the bows I have from them, it's I want to say it's 1/4 inch adjustments on the cams that you can set without needing a bow press or anything like that. And then my daughter has the Elite Ember that she shoots, and that's adjustable from, let me pull up the stats real quick, but I want to say from like 16 inches to 29 or 30. and then it's adjustable from like 16 pounds to 65, I think. Like it's a bow meant for you to be able to shoot forever. I mean, it
that's
is
impressive.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it here. I've advanced and I've now got 2 computers running. So
Oh, hey, I got 3. I got 3.
Oh, you're just better than me.
No, I just multitasking. I have ADHD form or something. I don't know. That's what it was. My very first bow. What was it?
So the Elite Ember is adjustable from 10 to 60 pounds and 15 inches to 29-inch draw length.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's a bow that you can grow with forever.
Huh.
And that's all fine-tuned adjustments without having to put it in a press.
That is legit that you can be able to just buy it from age whatever to age of death.
Yep.
That is pretty good. Do you think more would do that?
You would think so. I mean, what I didn't like about like Matthews is if you want a 31-inch draw length, you have to buy a cam for that. Where with all the Elites, it's minus their older, like my Elite Impulse 31. I had to buy different cams for that or draw modules for that. But every single Elite I've ever owned since then has just been all adjustable and amazing. So I'm gonna go shoot the PSE because the last 2 years I've talked shit about it on almost every podcast and every conversation I've ever had with Dave. And today I asked him if he could get me a discount. He told me to go fuck myself. So yeah, there's that.
David commented, no one else will, because now companies will go out of business and a lot of people buy new bows every couple of years when new ones come out. I look at like bows as cell phones in a sense. Like I compare the two because it's the same thing year after year, just re-advertised differently to say, oh, we adjusted this bolt from this big to this big, and it makes it 10 times better and lighter and quicker for you. And I'm like, so everything else is the same. You just recolored it.
What's crazy is like I have no reason to go out and buy another bow. The bows that I have right now can last me a lifetime if they're well taken care of. But I'm going to go out there. I'm going to shoot the PSE. I'm going to see if it stands behind all the shit that I've taught to it. Will I walk out with this? Will I walk out of the store with one? I don't think so. I don't want to. Now that mindset, I've already dispositioned myself not to buy this bow. So if I call you guys tomorrow and I'm depressed, it's probably because I bought it. But I mean, the bows that I have, I've killed more deer with my 2 Elite eras than I have with any other bow.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love them. They're amazing to shoot. You can pick them right up. You can start stacking them. They're great bows. I have nothing wrong with them. They're amazing. But I don't know if that's, wanting to go out and chase the next bigger and better thing out there. This PSE Sicario, it's supposed to be the next best thing. Is that it? Is their marketing and sales team getting to me? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check it out. Check them out. I'm trying to look up Elite's new bows, so maybe I can shoot one of them while I'm out there and maybe walk out with 2 bows. I hope not. I have, for those of you who don't know, I have zero self-restraint when it comes to hunting stuff.
I'm kidding.
Right before you and I went hunting on state land for the first time this year, like a week before, I had been sitting out in the rain getting pissed on, and like my boots, I was up in the saddle and my boots had standing water in them. And I was like, this is not happening again. I am buying rain gear.
Yeah.
And I ordered all brand new Sitka rain gear from the fucking saddle. Like my hands over my phone, making sure it doesn't get wet. And since then, I've never been wet hunting.
What
And
was
then,
it?
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And then duck hunting. I was out duck hunting and I'm doing fine with what I had. And then it dropped down to like fucking single digits in wind. And I was like, nope, I'm not fucking doing this. And I bought some Sitka bibs and a coat. Now they were all on their outlet shop and I got them at a discounted price. But
Yeah.
I fucking haven't been cold since.
I want to look into that some stuff and have you help me order some.
Oh no, here we go, Justin. No, not
No,
Sitka.
he's like, no.
Yeah. But no, I am that guy. I mean, fucking Sitka here. I've got my kids all have Sitka shirts, which is awesome. But if I didn't get them at a discounted price for their military discount, I would never be able to afford them, which is great because I can get like a $600 coat for like $200 on a good day. So it makes it worth
Justin's coming.
it. Yeah. Let's see here. Justin. Oh, wait, where is it? Justin, I thought Sitka was for the gays. Now, you know what?
I'd say it's more for the bias.
Hey, you know what? If you're gay and you're out there hunting, good for you, man. Good for you. And of course, they would be able to afford full price Sitka because they're dinks. They would have dual income, no children. So yeah, I am buying Sitka on a Busch Light budget. I mean, I'm drinking 2 Hearted Ale right now, but yeah. So when I buy a new coat, I'll have ramen for the next 2 weeks. I don't give a shit.
And also, if you're gay, you're most likely sucking some dick in order to get those type of material too. Hey. So, hey, again, $20 is $20. Okay,
dude.
$20, $20. Okay. Cheers. I was gonna say, what was it? My first bow. We were talking about that. It was a Martin Jaguar.
Okay.
And what was it? I think it was 2 years ago. I was getting cold sitting up in the tree stand. And I don't get cold easily, but I had so many layers on. Like I felt like just like one of those guys with those giant I felt like Joey when he stuffed a bunch of clothes on and Friends.
Oh, and he wore all of Chandler's layers.
Like all of Chandler's stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like that just walking out into the woods and just going out there like that. I'm like, all right. And then trying to pull back a bow, I was like, man, it's not feeling comfortable. So eventually I was like, you know what? That's what made me look into like heated clothing. And that's why I found the vest was because, all right, I can take at least just put my t-shirt on, a long sleeve, put 2 thin layers of those on, and then put my vest on. And then I could put like a windproof type coat over me and I'm good to go. I'm perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sitting amazing. It can be below 20 and I'm perfectly fine. Okay.
So when I went out duck hunting last time, I was in my layout blind and I had my bibs, my coat, and I had a t-shirt and pants on underneath. That was it. I had no base layers or anything like that. Oh, and I had my heated socks because I'm a pussy and my toes are cold. But that day, it was like, I want to say like 10 or 15 below, and it was snowing, and I was completely comfortable. Like, I have never, like, I was sitting there with a shit-eating grin on my face while my 2 buddies were out there shaking cold. I'm like, all right. Like, I am all right. All right. So now I'm looking at Elite's new bows. So I might have to go shoot a couple of these. But I think what it is, I'm going to jump back to the PSE fucking Sicario. I just like the simplicity of the bow. It's a streamlined bow. There's not all the fancy cutouts and the risers and everything like that. But I don't know.
I gotta look this bow up real quick before I call it for a night. PSE bows.
I don't know, Dave, or just grow body hair like Squatch. Yeah,
Some body hair, some chest hair. Ooh, the Sicario. Ooh, look at that.
Sicario.
Look at the way it's designed, and just when you go on the website, it looks just like, ooh, badass. I'm not gonna lie, that does look badass. But you get sold. Even in the back. Okay, I gotta play like this. If you want to watch this, you gotta share.
Throw it up
or
here.
at least go to their website and look this up because it looks pretty cool.
No, I've seen
that's how they get you too.
I know.
Is by that simple shit.
And the worst part is the bow shop that I would be buying it from, they don't fucking take trade-ins.
So that's what we're saying about the Sicario. Like, look at that. Like, look how it's just the font of it is cool. And then they got this little video along playing with it. So that's pretty badass, not gonna lie.
Like, that is a clean looking bow. Now,
yeah. And what was it? What's his name? John Dudley?
Yeah.
He switched from Hoyt to PFC. So good for them. But look at where to go. They got the Decree. Force.
So the Decree looks a lot like my Elite Era. And then you look at the Sicario, it looks a lot like, the Mach 33 and the Mach 35, which I just had one of my buddies. He just bought the Sicario and he loves it. And I'm like, dude, if you weren't out in Arizona, I'd want to shoot it for a weekend and just see how it is. Like,
okay, I gotta say, because I love bow hunting, and maybe this is me just playing devil's advocate or something like that.
Yeah.
And I get, we forgot to mention, there's a fifth brand out there, starts with a B.
Bowtech, which is
Bowtech. That's what it's, sorry, Bowtech. I forgot.
Bowtech is just an offshoot of Matthews, man.
Yeah.
It's like Chevy and GMC.
But I get people out there, they're going to like their own setup. They're going to like their own design. Not design of the bow, but I'm saying like the feel of it drawing back.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, look at it like this. You don't really need to keep buying new bows because they're not really advancing anything different technology. Guess what? They might making it faster. They might making it smoother to draw back. But at the end of the day, they're still a bow. And so buying new bows when they come out, yeah, it's cool to get the new up in day and age thing of, oh, I got a new bow. I got this bow. Fuck, what was it? My dad was hunting with a finger release bow for nearly 25 years before his shoulder went out, and he's got his crossbow now. I think now he's trying to start to shoot his bow back because he's gaining strength again back in his shoulder. We still play golf, so I still kick his ass, but he's getting to a point where he can kind of get that that flexibility back to possibly shoot a bow. But and I'll even say this too, golfing, I bought a new driver. So obviously everyone knows or has any form of golf knowledge or anything like that. A driver is something you use off the tee 99% of the time. And obviously, just like in golf and sports, they're always increasing technology with clubs as they go on, trying to make them hit farther, hit more forgiving, stuff like that. My dad's driver is from, what year was it? 2005, I think it was, when it came out. The driver I bought was a driver that came out maybe 6 years ago, if I remember right. I'm probably the second longest driver out on the golf course that I play at. Okay?
Yeah.
So I probably carry about 300 yards. My dad's driver, for his old age, he's generally probably maybe 10 to 15 yards on a good day, 5 yards behind me. The reason I say is because look at the technology just in the golf clubs. And I know it's a hunting show, but I'm trying to show a comparison too, that even though time over years and difference in technology, he is not that far behind me when it comes to distance. Does 5 to 15 yards make a difference in golf aspect? Not really. Not a whole lot, depending on the quarter, stuff like that, but not a big difference. Look at like it with bows. I mean, you got new bows out there. I have one of my Bear BR33.
Yeah.
I've outgrown it though, so there's a difference. You might have to get new bows as you get older, possibly because you're getting more strength, stuff like that, and obviously when you get young, older too. But no, it's still gonna draw back. It's gonna still shoot a bow correctly. It's all up to you. So you don't. The reason I went down this whole long spiel, I guess, thing is they're still gonna be doing the same fucking thing,
dude. And it's so funny because so many people will put so much money into their bow, and
they
then
don't put it into their own work.
I was guilty of this myself. I bought a really nice bow, and before I really dove deep into bow hunting and archery hunting and understanding all the fundamentals of it, I got a bow. I picked up a handful of arrows from Walmart and just started shooting in the backyard. And, a bow is just going to put an arrow on target. So when it comes to like actually what kills the deer, the bow has just a little bit of, the bow is going to help you get it on target, but it's going to be the arrow and the broadhead that's going to do the actual lethal work and getting you meat in the freezer. So after shooting a fuck ton of arrows that I would just go to Walmart and buy a handful of, thinking, oh, well, this one is, I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, oh, this arrow is good for a 70-pound bow. And I have no idea about arrow spine or weight or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like once I really started digging into that, yeah, I can, once you dial down the arrow that you want, then I use my bow and it just works magic. Like all of my arrows I built up, I build them all on my own, and all my broadheads, I use, rec broadheads. This year I learned why not to use mechanical, which I used mechanical last year and I got deer on the ground. This year I lost a deer with the mechanical broadhead, so I'm using Fitz blades only. And I mean, once, a bow is great, but I do put a lot more focus on my arrows this year. Well, last year, the year before, and then this year. Like dude, I have so many arrows in my closet right now. It's ridiculous. And I'm on the Warhead Pro Staff team. So I did from Exothermics, which are their lower brand or their lower model, all the way up to the Rains and the new Rain Tears. Like I haven't got those in yet, but I have the original Rains, and dude, they're just amazing arrows. So I shoot the shit out of them, and I use all sorts of different weights, and I play around. I'll get a half dozen of this grain, half dozen of this spine, and just try to make my own perfect arrow, because I know that the arrow is going to do 99% of the work and the bow is just going to do that 1%.
Yeah. Like for me, I do all my work on my own arrows too. I got the AAE hybrids, veins, and I got the gold tip Hunter Pro arrows. One thing I like to do with my arrows, I'm assuming everyone does, I don't make just like me, but I practice with obviously the arrow the broadhead I'm going to use. And I got like one of these old school, like, how they had those layered foam targets, not like the new day and age now ones that we have where it's kind of like all one. These are these old block targets where they got like those foam layers sandwiched together. Yeah. And I shoot through those ones just to make sure I got it all working for my broadhead I'm going to be using. Yep. And then when I'm done with that, I go back to my field point and I go back to the arrow targets. That's what I do sometimes when I'm practicing, or a version of my practice routine. But
yeah, I know the reps that I shoot, they were guaranteed from field point to their broadhead accuracy. There's no difference in point of aim, point of impact. And I put it to the test out here in my backyard, and it was dead nuts on. And I did it everything from 10 yards to, I want to say it's 44 if I'm shooting from the main road into my backyard.
Yeah.
Which I've been known to do a couple times. So, but yeah, that's what I absolutely loved about those.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I used the Magnus, I can't remember what it was. Swacker 2s, was that it? Something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, I used them for turkey hunting a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And the point of impact for my arrows that I was using, which were just off the shelf Walmart arrows, was just unbelievable difference. I mean, you're shooting like 6 inches high and 8 inches to the left. Right? It was crazy. But that was before I understood, keep it on the same arrows, do all that weight. It's all about the weight and the grain and everything like that. Now with what I'm using with my warheads, like I can put on a field tip, take it off, put on my broadhead, and I'm hitting the same spot. I've ruined a couple targets that way, but it works.
I got a couple things because we're gonna be closing up here early for tonight. He said Walmart. I was thinking we should have like a competition of like buying the cheapest shit at like Walmart,
dude,
and having like a target shoot off or maybe a hunt with it.
You know what? I'll do it right now. We can use our bows. So you can use your Matthews and I'll use my Elite. Then we'll have a budget of something like $15, $20.
Yeah.
To go out and build a set of arrows from Walmart or wherever we can get them. And then we'll have like a 50-yard accuracy test.
Yeah.
Like that would be fun.
That would be cool. And then we'll show video. We'll obviously film it from the point of walking into Walmart to us buying it to.
We will take an entire day out of our schedule to do that. Like that would be a lot of fun.
That actually would be a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. That would be cool as shit. Oh, watch Justin said that would make a good show. Yeah, it would.
Oh, dude. Absolutely. It'll be a great challenge to put out there to others too, just to check it out.
Like show you don't need the best high price technology to shoot. And I want to ask you this before we close it out for the night. I was watching this video of I think it was Bow Hunter Die page, but I watched one of their shorts and they were at the I think it was the ATA. I can't remember. Anyways, the guy was going around asking questions of like, should drones be used in recovery? And I see people going back and forth. And first off, I believe they should be, at least for recovery purposes only. I'm assuming you do too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Last question I want to ask you is they're asking how far to shoot out. How far would you shoot out? And I'm going to tell you the average answer that they said.
All right. This has always been a touchy subject. I'm going to shoot out to as far as I've been training. Now, in the off season, if I'm constantly shooting out to 80 yards and making effective rounds on target, in real world scenario, if I had a shot at 80 yards that I wanted to take and I felt comfortable with, I would take it. Now, if I'm like the average everyday Joe who doesn't shoot, 100 plus arrows a week and all of that, and doesn't get to go out and do those long distances, if your max range is that you've been shooting is 35 yards, stick to 35, 40 if you know hold off a little bit. But the furthest shot is whatever you are most comfortable with taking and making sure it's an ethical shot.
Now, for me, I'll tell you mine before I tell you what they said. For me, I like shooting 50. I want to shoot past 50 if I don't have to.
Yeah.
70 is like the max that I'm going to, like, it's going to have to be like a good deer, a deer that I'm really, really after, and the conditions have to be prime in order for me to shoot past 50. Even 50, I'm pushing it. Like, I really don't want to. Now, the average answers that they were asking people, and these were people that they were content creators. I can't remember exactly all who they involved. No, what's his name? Jerry Riley from Lancaster Archery.
Yeah.
They had the guys from the Hunter podcast, and some other people like that. And a lot of them were saying 20, 25, or 30.
Yeah.
I think only 2 people said 40 or 45. Other than that, everyone else was saying, I think one said, I don't know, maybe 20. So yeah, they're not shooting that far out.
But here's another thing. This is for whitetail. Like when I made that determination that I was going to go hunt elk with my bow, I mean, I was shooting up to 100 yards every week. And I was hitting pretty decent groups at 100 yards. And then once I learned, like, bow hunting in Oregon, where I was completely different, and a long shot was going to be 20 yards. Well, now I'm like, oh, thank God, because I don't want to make a 100-yard shot on an elk. But if you're hunting Colorado or New Mexico, and 100-yard shot is not that unrealistic with archery on an elk, man, you've got to make those shots. You got to train for it. But at the same time, if you're not if all you can shoot is 20 yards, because let's face it, like you can live in a city and have a decent little sized backyard, you can shoot 20 yards. So maybe that's just between 20 and 25 yards. That's what the average person can shoot. They can't reach out further and, stretch out their arrows. I mean, I was fortunate enough to have state land where I can put my target out there, step back, range it, and I'm shooting 100, 120 yards. Now, it fucking sucks when you lose arrows at that distance because you have no idea where the hell they went. And I know for a fact there's about a half a dozen brand new warhead arrows in the state game area that I will never see again.
It's curious, and I just think of that now. Like, how many arrows are out there in the woods that are just like have no home right now, and they're just been out there from like the dawn of time to now?
I took my buddy out deer hunting where we did, right?
Yeah.
And we were out just doing some hunting, and we're walking back, and I'm like, oh fuck, look at this. And there's an arrow laying on the ground. And I picked it up and I'm looking at it, and I do all my own fletching. So I do a orange and white fletching. And I'm like, oh dude, this is a warhead arrow. Like, I shoot these. Dude, that's my same fletching. Fuck, that's my arrow. But I was like, I didn't even remember losing one. I'm like, damn. But yeah, there's arrows out there. We've all lost them. I mean, I've shot, I say half a dozen. There's probably really a dozen and a half arrows out there that I've lost over time in the past 5 years shooting. But I mean, they're in a good home. That's where I would want to be. Lost in the world. I remember
there was one I shot. How old was I? I want to say I was 14 or 15. And this nice chocolate 8-pointer came in, and he walks right in front of me. And I don't know what made me take the shot on this. And anyways, I shoot at the deer. He was a beautiful, beautiful deer. I called him, what was his name? What did I name him? The Lucky 8-Ball or the Ghost 8 or something like that. I don't know. The arrow I shot directly into the tree. It wasn't even close. I shot into the tree. And I'm like, and you hear this thud, and I'm like, what the actual F was that? And I'm looking, and I'm like, he's still alive because he just backed up 5 yards and he's still standing there. And I'm looking, I'm like, where's my arrow? And somehow, I don't know what I did, but something caught my eye of like, well, that doesn't look right. I look, and my arrow is right there in the tree. I'm climbing down. I'm like, no fucking way.
So my first year ever out bow hunting, right? I'm in the same group as the whole 20-yard, effective shot. I don't know dick about bow hunting. It's my first year. I was shooting arrows in the backyard. I was hitting a bale of hay. I was fucking golden, dude. So I went out hunting, and I got permission to hunt this farm. And it was a friend of the family that I've known forever. She let me hunt her farm, and she was like, no bucks. I'm like, that's fine. I'll shoot a doe. That's not a problem. Dude, these deer were like that deer that you were petting, right? Like they were super tame. It's a farm right on the lake shore, like zero hunting pressure ever. So I should have just walked out there, shot one, and been done with it, right? But the whole like no antlers, no bucks, that got to me. So I'm walking out, and I'm on the ground carrying my bow. I walked out on this trail to right before the trail, this giant, like I'm hardwoods walking on this trail, and it opens up to this field. I walked up to the edge, and at like probably 20 yards, this beautiful stud of a buck is just sitting there, dude. Had to have been like this beautiful 8. Dude, I've got half a dozen arrows on me, right? I'm like, I'm going to shoot this buck because I know the neighbors, and I'll carry it out through there, and I'll drag it out that way. Like, I'm going to get this buck out of this property. Perfect broadside, like fucking Bob Ross painting in the background. This buck is just lit up gorgeously. So I knocked my arrow, and I'm drawing back. And I'm fucking nervous, and I shoot, and it goes right over the top. That buck never moved. So I'm like, fuck. All right, aim lower. So I quit. I'm like hiding behind the tree in the shadows, grab my arrow, knock it, draw back, boom, right over the back. I'm like, fuck. So I knock my third arrow, and I draw back, and I start aiming lower, right? I aim too low, and it hits underneath them. I'm like, fucking calm down, John. Like, dude, I'm shaking like bad, right? And this deer is not moving at all. He's just standing there, like head bobbing a little bit, checking me out. But he has like zero pressure, dude. I shoot another arrow, it goes under. I'm on my last arrow, dude. And I'm like, fuck, I have to make this count. So I draw back, dude. I'm like going through the fundamentals, right? I'm like, all right, my hand's good. I'm anchored back. My sight picture's good. I got my fucking level straight, and I just let that arrow go, dude. And I have no idea where it goes. I mean, it's fucking so far off. So I'm out of arrows. I'm sitting there. This deer is just staring at me at like 20 yards, dude. It's probably like 17 yards in. I'm like, fuck, I have to go out there and get my arrows. Dude, I walk out, and this deer stands there, like just watching me. I did like 15 yards away, and he just walks off. Like not a run. His tail never went up. He just walks off. I'm like, son of a bitch. And dude, I lost like 3 arrows that day. I walked out of there so defeated and like butt hurt. But dude, ever since then, that's why I shoot so much now. And I want to go back to that farm so bad, but since then they don't let anyone hunt. But I'm like, if I could have that one opportunity again at that deer who just wants to live his life like that, and I let him down, like I owe that deer.
Right.
But man, and it was so funny because I got home that night, and my ex-wife was like, why are you so sad? I'm like, I just had this perfect deer. Like, this dude was just perfectly standing there. Every other hunter would have dropped that deer, no problem. I struggled through it and sent arrows over him, under him, fucking who knows where. Then he was just like, all right, I'm going to go on now. I guess I'll find the next hunter to kill me. And yeah.
Wow.
So every deer that I shoot is because of that buck. Like,
to make it to you owe it to him.
I owe it to him, yeah. And the night I shot those 2 does, I was like, you know what? If they give me that shot, I'm going to take it. It's like, fuck, they gave me that shot. So yeah. And it's funny because like now it's like, if I get that shot opportunity, I'm going to take it and I won't pass it up. And maybe that's why I don't shoot giant world-class bucks, but I'm going to. But I'm also I got fucking 6 deer in the freezer right now too, though. So
yeah, I barely have anything, so I look forward to that. Hopefully this year ain't going revenge tour for me, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, still the deer deserve to die, and yet you just went
Dude, yeah.
You just jizzed your pants and just said fuck it. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. I want to say this before we call it. Tuesday, February 10th, we got the Frank and Squatch show. Next week, Sunday, the 15th, we got Gerard from Rat Gator Sense coming on the show. And then we have Tuesday, February 17th, we got Mysteries in the Timbers with Johnny's show. Make sure to check out Frank and Squatch show, Mysteries in the Timbers. They got their own podcast pages, like their own podcast stuff on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to check out Mysteries in the Timber. They got their own Instagram page. Check that out as well. Give them a follow. Look for the new shows that they come looking forward to. Make sure to check out their latest show we just did last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing, not going to lie. And then stay forward to, and honestly, like I said, these are their shows. I help create everything for them, and this is their shows. I just come on maybe if they want a pretty face.
Yeah.
I have no game plan, no say in pretty much anything unless they ask for opinions. So when it comes to their shows, like for Johnny's show coming up on the 17th, I don't know what the fuck we talk about because that's there. That's with them. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to talk about on the 17th. There is one thing though, I'm going to say that Johnny talked about it with me after the show was what they're going to try and do on one of their shows when they get those guests back on. And then to stop sucking Johnny's dick. And after that, we're going to have no show on the 22nd and the 24th of February and kick things back off on March 1st. So that's kind of like a quick layout of our show. And that is it. And Michael joined the chat. Welcome to the show, Michael. Anyways, you need to call in. He said, stop trying to jerk your millimeter defeater.
I don't know.
That's stupid. I get you're a teenager, bro, but you gotta step your shit up, okay? Pick your stuff up, all right? Yeah. Anyways, Johnny, you got anything to say? Otherwise, I'm gonna say night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Perfect. See you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Whitetail Advantage podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.